of the bond between this government and the people that we are serving.
Port Harcourt International Airport today at 12:11 p.m., 2 days after the expiration of the state of emergency. Correspondent Onyeka Chiwonsu reports that he was warmly welcomed by a host of allies. Speaking to Nigeria Info, former Commissioner for Budget Peter Mide expressed relief that there was no human casualties, but noted the real cost was measured in lost development, peace, and progress, adding that the emergency rule set the state back as much as 60 years.
See, we pass a situation where, when you are making progress and people are envy of your progress, this is the kind of thing that will happen. Rivers State have made a lot of progress and Nigerians were envious of it. And so when there's such envy, you could see some gang up, you could see some conspiracy. And what we had in the last 6 months was a result of that. And so today, we are happy.
Statesman and former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, OCG Okocha, is calling on Governor Siminalayi Fubara and members of the River State House of Assembly to put aside their differences and work together in the interests of the state. Speaking in an interview with correspondent Emeka Otuka, Okocha expressed happiness that peace had returned to River State, stressing that in the recent political crisis, there was no victor and no vanquished.
So I'm very happy about it, and I want to wish them, the governor, the deputy governor, the speaker, and all the members of the House of Assembly, without exception, a very, very successful return to office. My advice is that everybody should adopt the attitude of let bygones be bygones. So let them bury all hatchet, let them bury their differences, and come together as elected representatives of the peoples of the state. An attitude of no victor, no vanquish, because they are all serving the peoples of the state.
Okocha further cautioned politicians and stakeholders against promoting ethnic sentiments or making inflammatory statements capable of plunging the state back into crisis. In the same vein, spokesperson of the African Democratic Congress ADC in the state, Luckyman Egile, believes the House of Assembly should give Governor Siminalayi Fubara some breathing space to settle into office before pushing him to act on their new resolutions. He shared this view in an interview with correspondent Soibi Oluwari.
The House of Assembly has resumed, and I think it's pretty too soon, even though they are rushing to get back to their, working for Rivers State and ensuring that things begin to go on normally. The appropriation bill and commissioner nominee. This shows that a lot of things have been done behind the scene. Siminalayi Fubara just got back into office. He has to go through the handover news that has been given to him before he can transmit such over to the House of Assembly.
We take a break. When we return, we continue talking Rivers politics and suspected Ebola cases in Nigeria. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Questions are already being raised about whether peace has truly returned to Rivers State politics. This comes after political appointees loyal to FCT Minister Nyesom Wike were noticeably absent during the reception for Governor Similola Ifubara at the Port Harcourt International Airport and later at Government House. Public affairs analyst Obiwa Akanwa believes the absence of those appointees, along with the newly elected local government chairman, show where their loyalties lie.
The loyalty we are talking about are still residing with the FCT minister. For these men not to have appeared at the airport to welcome the governor means that this war is far from being over. So they are taking their directives from the FCT minister, who of course is their mentor. If there is no sincerity of purpose in reconciliation, then it becomes a fluke, a big fluke. You don't expect anything short of what is playing out. It's a power game.
But not everyone sees it that way. The coordinator of Rivers Peace Initiative, Obinna Egbogidi, has urged Rivers people not to read too much into the absence. Mr. Egbogidi also cautioned youths on both sides of the political divide to avoid inflaming passions on social media.
Words spoken in haste, especially on social media, can undo the quiet gains of peace. I say this because I have seen a number of posts and exchanges on social media. Some even coming from personalities you expect ought to understand the implications. Let their loyalty be proven not only in defending him, but in reflecting the peace and patience he himself now demonstrates.
The Federal Capital Territory chapter of the National Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, has suspended its indefinite strike. The president of the chapter, George Ebong, who disclosed this to newsmen, said that members were expected to resume work on Monday. Ebong explained that the suspension followed the intervention of the Senate Committee on Federal Territory Area Councils and Ancillary Matters. He, however, revealed that none of the demands of the association had been met yet. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, has confirmed that 2 recent suspected cases of viral hemorrhagic fever in Abuja have tested negative for both Ebola virus disease and Marburg virus. The NCDC, in a public health advisory issued today, Friday, and signed by its Director General, Dr. Jide Idris, noted that further tests are ongoing for other hemorrhagic fevers, including Lassa fever and dengue fever. The news continues after the break. Back. On the international scene, the United Nations Security Council has voted not to permanently lift economic sanctions on Iran over its nuclear program. The UN delivered a major economic blow that Tehran claims is politically biased. A resolution today to block the sanctions fell in the Security Council by a vote of 4-9, meaning European sanctions will return by September 28 if no significant deal is reached beforehand. On the news this evening, you heard Governor Fubara has given reason for not resisting the emergency rule. Former Commissioner Mide says emergency rule has set Rivers back 60 years. Former NBA President Okocha has urged Governor Fubara and state lawmakers to bury their differences for the state's progress. The NCDC says 2 suspected Ebola cases in Abuja tested negative. On the foreign scene, the UN Security Council has rejected a resolution to extend the Iran sanctions relief. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Sam Chinedu. Thanks for listening.